Gosh, I am so excited because I think it was back in 2014 where I went through EFT level 1, level 2 training, and I did another couple of trainings, and I've been doing emotional freedom technique in my practice for so long, but I don't think I've ever had anybody on the show that actually talked about EFT and has been an EFT coach. So maybe, I don't know if you want to start by telling us who you are or what EFT is and both, but let's just present the audience with some sort of backdrop of that.
Okay, sounds good. Um, I have been an EFT tapping coach for going on 17 years now. I was introduced to it almost at the beginning of when it came mainstream for kind of energy work and even just healing work. But I quickly recognized it, probably like you did, as a really powerful tool. Um, but I had kind of limited success with it because I was using it on the symptoms of what I was experiencing in my life, not necessarily the cause. And it wasn't until about 7 years ago that I applied it. I was in a moment of chaos in my life. You just, things breaking down around me all over the place. And my body was in pain a lot of the time. I was having panic attacks every day. I was doing horribly at my job, probably on the verge of getting fired. And just, it was a horrible, horrible time for me. And instinctively, I just started, I like to tap when I'm walking on the treadmill. So I was tapping every day for like half an hour a day. And I just kept like asking myself, what's underneath this anxiety? What's like, what am I actually afraid of? And then I would go to, okay, well, maybe have a fear of failure. And then I'm like, okay, what would actually happen if I failed? And so I was kept going back and back. And all of a sudden, it didn't matter that I had like an intellectual understanding of a connection between like childhood trauma and what I was experiencing today, because I never really identified what I went through as a kid as childhood trauma. But when I made that connection and then I started tapping on the trauma itself and the fears that resulted from the trauma and kind of telling myself, no wonder. And of course I reacted this way. Of course I have these fears. Um, so it just made sense. And in a very short period of time, I would say maybe 2 weeks of tapping every day for about half an hour a day, I had experienced like so much transformation in my own understanding of myself and of how I could operate in the world by tapping on the root cause of the problem.